Have you ever fallen in love with a game that is so unbalanced and has too many overpowered champions coming out? Well, because I fell in love with League of Legends about 2 years ago, even though I had an account for like 7 years. When you're a part of a community for even just 1 year, you don't have any escape from that game unless you have the will of the gods of Olympus. You are stuck here, and that's what I tried to do 2 months ago, but now I'm here. Again. Like I said, I love this game, even if it's unbalanced, has shitty marketing, or 11 champions in a row that screams sex sells. So why the fuck would we try to have interesting concepts? And now with the addition of reworked Dr. Mundo, it's 12. As if that wasn't enough, Riot decided to give us another one of those sex sells champions. Akshan is the brand new champion of the League of Legends that hasn't been released yet. Still, that doesn't mean I'm going to sit here without talking about it, so let's get started. Akshan is our new sentinel and my god, he screams sex sells. But I want to dedicate this video to his skill set because I'm going to make a video on that topic later on. Now, I'm going to rate his abilities, so try to adjust that. Okay? I'm starting. His passive, Dirty Fighting. Whenever Akshan uses a basic attack, he fires an additional shot dealing 50% attack damage, increased to 100% against minions. If Akshan cancels the second shot, he gains bonus attack and move speed, decaying over 1 second. The additional shot benefits from critical strike modifiers at 30% effectiveness. You think we're done? Because we're not. Akshan's basic attack and abilities apply a stack to affected enemies for 5 seconds, stacking up to 3 times and refreshing on subsequent applications. The third stack consumes them all to deal bonus magic damage, and if the target is a champion, Akshan is granted bonus AD and a shield for 2 seconds. The shield may only be gained once every few seconds. That was his fucking passive. So the main character of the League of Legends here has a Gnar passive, a Vayne passive, and a Lucian passive. Try to adjust that. Akshan's Q up at okay, I'm not reading that. Akshan hurls a boomerang in the target direction, dealing physical damage to enemies it passes through and revealing them for 1 second, granting sight of the area along its path, as well as extending its range every time it hits an enemy. If the boomerang hits an enemy champion, Akshan gains 40% bonus movement speed, decaying over 1 second. Upon reaching maximum range, the boomerang returns to Akshan, applying the same effects to enemies hit along the way. His Q's damage is reduced against non-champions. This is the best severe Q I've had ever seen, but I don't think it's that OP because I don't have a cool joke, so deal with it. Now things are getting spicy. Akshan's W, going rogue. Both have a passive that is super OP and an active that is also pretty good. I hate this ability already. First, the passive. Enemy champions that kill allied champions are marked as a scoundrel for 60 seconds. Upon scoring a takedown against a scoundrel while alive, Akshan receives an additional 100 gold while also receiving a fucking revive for all dead allies that were slain by that enemy champion after 1 second at their summoning platform, and removes the mark from all other enemies. This was just the passive of his W, and let me remind you that it says takedown. So Akshan doesn't even need to take the kill to use this passive. Anyway, let's move on from this trauma. Its active is that Akshan gains camouflage, which lasts for 2 seconds or identifiably while he is near terrain or inside a bush. Going rogue can be recast after 1 second, and does so automatically at the end of its duration. While going rogue and moving towards nearby scoundrels, Akshan gains bonus move speed and bonus mana regeneration equal to 12% of his missing mana. He can also see trails leading towards scoundrels, so let's say you are a pike. You just got a mother flopping quadra kill and now you activate your W. Well, fuck you, cause Akshan knows where you're heading. And he also uses his Q to reveal you, and oh my god, now you're dead, and oh no, what's that? Oh, it's just his all four teammates that you just killed. Alive. I originally wanted this video to be a 2 or 3 minute rant, but we are not even done with this kit yet. In fact, we're just getting started. His E, Heroic Swing, Akshan fires a hook in the target direction, which grapples to the first instance of train it hits for 1.5 seconds. Heroic Swing's second cast can be used while the hook is attached. If Akshan becomes immobilized or grounded during this time, the hook will detach, ending Heroic Swing prematurely. Second cast, Akshan swings around the train, rapidly firing at the nearest visible enemy to deal them physical damage and apply on hit and on attack effects at 25% effectiveness per shot, and stopping upon colliding with an enemy champion or train, or after 3 seconds. Cool, a second cast, but now it's over, right? Right? Well, fuck you, because it's not. Akshan can catch the ability not once, not twice, but 3 times. Third cast, Akshan jumps off of the rope to the target location and fires one last shot at a nearby visible enemy. Heroic Swing's cooldown resets upon scoring a takedown against an enemy champion. The shot benefits from critical strike modifiers and applies lifesteal at 100% effectiveness. Akshan prioritizes firing at enemy champions with stacks of dirty fighting, will not fire if he is channeling his ultimate, and reveals himself during Heroic Swing. And no, it is still not over because we have an ultimate to talk about. Come on, how do you even read this thing? Comeuppance. Akshan channels for 2.5 seconds, locking onto the target enemy champion, revealing them and storing bullets into his weapon, as well as revealing himself. Comeuppance can be recast after 0.5 seconds during the channel and does so automatically at the end of its duration. Comeuppance is played on a 15-second cooldown if its channel is cancelled. Recast. Akshan fires all stored bullets at the target, each dealing physical damage to the first enemy hit, including structures, and increased by 0% to 300% based on target's missing health. Each bullet benefits from critical strike and critical damage modifiers at 50% effectiveness, applies lifesteal at 80% effectiveness, and executes minions. Akshan may still move and cast Heroic Swing while channeling Comeuppance. This bitch has an execute. Here's an execute. So I don't know how long have we been talking about this motherfucker, but goddamn, it felt long. So my point is that we shouldn't always have characters that we need at least 20 minutes to understand. Instead, sometimes simple champions are good. We also don't scream sex sells. In the future, I want to see how far monster champions can go. And the reason I'm only referencing monsters is that I know Riot will keep making sexy champions that don't have interesting designs, and I feel like all of them will have complicated kits, just like this one, who are one-shotting machines, but I don't know the stats of him, so I don't want to talk that big. Anyway, these are just my awful opinions. Goodbye.